Welcome to this TNR training video focused on caring for trapped cats before and after spay or neuter surgery. I'm your host, Athena. This video is part of a series for new TNR volunteers with Campus Cats of Athens, Georgia. If you're not with Campus Cats, I hope this is helpful for you as well, but specific references might not apply to your situation. Let's start off with a question. Why is it important to remove food by midnight before surgery? A. To keep cats calm before surgery. B. To prevent vomiting during surgery. C. To speed recovery time after surgery. Or D. To minimize food costs. Pause the video while you think about your answer and push play when you're ready to move on. B is correct. Removing food the midnight before surgery prevents vomiting during surgery, and we'll talk more about this in a few slides. Now let's look at why pre- and post-op care is important for your TNR project. Take a couple of minutes now to think about why pre- and post-op care are important stages in your trapping project. What do you remember from training? The biggest reason these stages are important is for the cat's health. Improper care before and after surgery can lead to illness or death, so let's make sure you do it right. Let's talk now about what to do in between trapping and surgery. What do you remember from training with Kelly about caring for trapped cats before surgery? Take a minute now to think about the do's and don'ts. The best situation is when you can trap cats the evening before their surgery appointments. Do your best to plan ahead so this is your schedule. Remember that being in a trap is stressful for them, so keeping this period to a minimum is best. Keeping cats covered with a sheet, towel, or blanket will also keep them calm. Trapped cats should be kept in a protected area. That means protected from weather, noise, and disturbances. Do not leave them outside. They must be in a climate-controlled, quiet room or garage, ideally where people or other animals won't bother them. There is no reason for you to touch a trapped feral cat. The vet's office will anesthetize the cat while it's in the trap before surgery, lay the cat back in the trap after surgery, and it will wake up inside the trap later. You don't need to touch it. Never try to transfer a trapped feral cat to a carrier or cage. The cat will probably escape, and then you'll have to trap it again, which will be very difficult. It will also be extremely stressful for the cat and probably for you as well. No, the cat won't be super comfortable in the trap, but it won't be there very long either. And remember that these cats are used to living outside, so a couple of nights in a trap that's protected from the weather isn't so bad. You can also talk to Kelly about ways to make cats a little more comfortable during the pre- and post-op stages. In addition, most vet offices and clinics require that ferals be brought to surgery still inside the traps. Use puppy pee pads or several layers of newspapers underneath the whole trap in case the cat needs to relieve itself. Expect it to have to urinate at least once during the pre-op stage. Provide water. It's okay to allow the cat to have water until right before you take it in for surgery. It's also okay to give the trapped cat some food the night before surgery, but make sure it has no food after midnight. This is very important because food in the cat's stomach during surgery can cause vomiting as a result of the anesthesia, and this can lead to death from choking. Removing food at midnight ensures that the cat's stomach is empty when it has surgery, so this doesn't happen. Now let's look at what happens with cats at the spay-neuter clinic. Feral cats are usually given fluids while they're anesthetized for surgery. All cats are kept cozy with heated blankets and warmers after surgery, like these three little ones in the picture here. This is important because anesthesia lowers their body temperature, and allowing them to get cold can decrease their immunity. Ferals are not handled while they're awake. Remember that this stresses them out, and it's important to try to minimize their stress during this process. They're moved from one place to another while they're still anesthetized. If these kittens were feral, they would have been placed inside their traps right before they started to wake up. Now let's move on to talk about post-operative care. Take a couple of minutes now to think about what you learned about post-op care. What should you be sure to do? What do you want to make sure you don't do? with the preoperative phase, cats recovering from surgery should also be kept in a room or garage that is climate controlled, quiet, and free of children and pets. Make sure the room is extra warm, or keep cats covered with extra blankets because anesthesia lowers the cat's body temperature. Provide a spoonful of wet food with some water poured over it when you get the cat back to your staging area. Don't give them a lot of food initially to make sure their stomach can handle eating. If the cat vomits within about 15 minutes of eating, wait an hour before providing another spoonful of food. Keep doing this until the cat doesn't vomit, then offer several spoonfuls of the same food, watered down. Keep trapped cats at least 24 hours after surgery unless you have a special situation. You can watch our video on releasing cats for more details. Here are some extra ideas that might be helpful. Use very shallow dishes for food and water before and after surgery. Open the trap door just enough to slide these slowly underneath, and the cat is not likely to try to bolt past you. Using deeper dishes means having to open the door more, and the cat might try to escape when you do that. Adding a blanket to one end of the trap can make cats more comfortable during their recovery period. It's not essential, but they probably appreciate it. Clinic staff might be willing to lay a blanket that you provide in your trap for you before the cat wakes up if you ask them nicely. Using a special trap divider can help you clean up messes without the cat escaping. This is also not essential, but could make this stage of your project a little easier. Kelly can tell you where to find these dividers if you're interested. Let's wrap up with another question. Which statement is false? A climate-controlled garage is ideal for post-op recovery. B, cats can have water until the time of surgery. C, you can offer food and water in shallow dishes. Or D, cats should be offered a large amount of food right after surgery. Pause the video while you think about your answer, and then press play again when you're ready to move on. D is correct. Cats should be offered a small amount of food when you get them home from surgery to make sure they can keep it down. If they can have several spoonfuls. This concludes our video on caring for trapped cats before and after surgery. Thanks to Kelly for the use of some of her photos here. Thanks for watching, and happy trapping!